give a warm welcome, my buddy right here, Universal Orlando, Director of Show Development. This is Michael Roddy.
Welcome to Universal Orlando and Halloween Horror Nights 2009, ripped from the silver screen. You guys ready? Tonight we have a very special treat, straight from the set of Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, which opens October 23rd. We have John C Reilly, Chris Massoglia, and Josh Hutcherson. I'd like to welcome the stars. You guys ready to meet them? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage John C Reilly, Josh Hutcherson, and Chris Massoglia. Well, first off, guys, we really want to appreciate you being here for opening of Halloween Horror Nights. Now, we've seen the trailer, and this film looks amazing. I also understand that you guys have brought some special sneak preview clips, stuff that no one else has seen before. What are we going to see?
Well, we're going to watch them right now?
We're going to watch them right now.
Well, the first clip involves Chris and I, who plays Darren in the movie, and it's at a point in the... What's happening? Yeah, now I have 3 microphones. How's that? The first clip we're going to watch is like, I don't know, how many people have read the Cirque du Freak books here? All right, so that's 5 of you. For everybody else, there's a, well, I don't know how much, I haven't even seen the clip, but it's basically, I play a vampire in the movie. There's another half of the vampire world that's in conflict with my half, and they have taken a great interest in Chris's character Darren, and in this graveyard scene is when I realize just how much of an interest they've taken in him, and I have to kind of come to his rescue here.
Wonderful. Why don't we take a look at 2 clips from Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, opening October 23rd. Wow, that looks great.
He didn't give me a chance to set up the second one. Anyway, it was pretty self-explanatory.
Now, for people that don't know, Cirque du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant is a fantasy adventure with looks like a lot of action. Now, we've got a couple people out here that have a couple of questions for you guys. You ready to take some questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin?
Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Right over here. First up, what's your name?
Chris,
Chris. This is Chris. All right. What's your question for him?
you're here with the giant group of horror fans. Good.
What
is
giant
the one thing
group
about
of
the
horror
film
fans? Do we have any horror fans here?
What is the one thing about the film that you like to make sure they know about the film?
Well, I've done a lot of talking. When do you guys start?
Go ahead. You can take that one. You might just hello. Alright. Hello. There we go. Hey.
Christmas.
You know, I think the thing that I'd like to say, you know, it's definitely, you know, there's a lot going on in this movie. There's a lot of funny parts, and there's a lot of intense parts, and there's definitely a lot of dark things, you know, with the vampires and all that fighting and stuff. And I think the biggest thing, if I stop vibrating here, you know, I think it's going to be a cool movie, and I think horror fans will definitely really kind of get in touch with it. So.
And also, actually, one of the really cool things about it is it's not only like about vampires. There's also a whole bunch of really wicked makeup deals, and like there's a snake boy, and there's a wolf man, and a really, really beautiful girl grows a beard, which I kind of liked a little bit. That's kind of weird. Any beard growers out there? Any pretty ladies with beards? No? Okay. Alright, that was a guy, wasn't it? Alright. Next question, yeah?
Yeah, let's move on quickly to the next question.
Alright. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Krista.
Alright, what's your question?
Would you recommend this for children?
Yeah, I would. I have have 2 kids, so I was actually really thinking about this a lot. Like, would I let my kids see this movie? Like, maybe the 11-year-old, yes. Younger than that, you know, certain, I mean, it depends what the parents think the kids can handle, but yeah, I would.
Excellent. Yes. And an answer? Yes. Yes.
And my brother, who's 12, he saw it and he loved it. He really liked it. So.
Wonderful. Do we have any other questions out there?
Yeah. Here we go.
Jared, what is the toughest day on the set?
What's the tough? Well, there. Okay, the fight scene you guys saw. Actually, funny enough, we were shooting it, and they added on to it later on in the shoot. We decided to do more of a fight scene, and when I headbutted him when he was on top of me, we actually connected, and we had nice big goose eggs on our forehead. So that was definitely a tough day. But you know, day in, day out, we were filming in a old abandoned theater in New Orleans, and they actually had mold spores growing in the basement. So that was definitely the air quality.
And big rats.
And giant rats. And yeah, rats. And you know, so the breathing was actually tough. So surprisingly.
Wonderful. Any other questions?
Hi, my name's Kevin. Did you do any research for this role?
Yeah, did you hear that? Did you do any research? Yeah, well, I read all the books, and there's 12 of them. So that was, I don't know, I haven't read 12 of one kind of books my whole life, but maybe not even 12 different books, but no, that was really, when you're making a movie based on a book, that's a really cool thing that you have in your back pocket. Like, you have this kind of guide, and you know, for everyone who read the books and who has expectations about, you know, what it will be and how true it will be to the books, I was definitely in your corner when we were making this one, and all of us were, because you know, those are the people that we wanted to please first, the people that understood the story and that followed these books for, you know, I don't know how many years they've been coming out, but there's 12 of them. But yeah, so that's some research.
I've been homeschooled a lot of my life, so reading is not one of my best qualities. But I actually, you know, vampires are a very hot subject right now, and I think, you know, with Twilight and everything like that, just kind of watching other vampires and seeing how awesome they are. And actually, in one of the clips, I realized that I sounded like Christian Bale in Terminator or Batman. I wasn't trying to do that, it just kind of happened. Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Matt, I was just wondering, you guys talk about Twilight and everything. How does your vampires different than like the vampires in Twilight and movies like that?
Ours are so much better. Like, okay, we're not as good looking. We're trying. You know, I think, and Twilight for me, I think that the vampires are more like a catalyst, like the love story and that sort of thing. I think in this movie, it's more driven by the crazy creatures and the characters that you see.
All right. Here we go. We got time for one more question.
One more question.
My name's Shan. Do you have any obsessions like spiders or vampires in real life?
Sorry, someone was reading rules over here. What's up? What was the question?
Do you have any obsessions like spiders or vampires in real life?
Obsessions, guys? You have obsessions? Vampires and spiders?
I'm kind of obsessed with fire ants. I don't know why, I just really like them, and I think they're pretty cool.
I collect
like
clown
fire ants.
paintings. Does that count as an obsession?
Sweet.
How about you?
I like shoes. I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the beach. And then I like making movies. You know, every day when I wake up and I go into work and I get to play a character, and like I'm doing a movie right now where I'm, you know, working with explosions and firing weapons and stuff like that, and it's like the time of my life, and you know, to get to wake up every day and do that and play a different character than my normal life is really cool. So I think I'm definitely obsessed with making movies for sure.
Well, we certainly like seeing you guys' movies. You guys gonna go see Cirque du Freak, the Vampire's Assistant? How about a big hand one more time for John C Reilly, Josh Hutcherson, Massoglia, and Michael Roddy himself. There you go. Gentlemen, thank you all so much. Hey, give it up for him one time. And thanks for
since 2000.